A lot of people associate Ramadan food to a specific thing, but it really isn't. Ramadan across the world has so many different meals. Have a go at different cuisines, even if it's not authentic or perfect. It doesn't matter. It's my most popular recipe on all of my socials. And it's the one that if people stop me in the streets, they'll be like, you've taught me how to make Somali rice. It doesn't matter where they're from. They're like, you've taught me how to make Somali rice.
Welcome to the Good Food Podcast with me, Samuel Goldsmith. Today I am joined by food writer and content creator, Ilhan Mohamed Abdi. Ilhan, thank you so much for joining me today. I'd love to know first, what did you have for dinner last night?
I had a pizza, a homemade pizza.
Nice.
Yeah, I've got this really cool pizza oven.
Oh,
in the garden.
fancy.
I know, I've moved it closer towards the kitchen door.
Okay.
Yeah.
So one of those heat up, do you have to start not a fire, like
no,
you would
it's
a barbecue?
electric.
Oh, okay,
yeah, it's electric,
nice.
so you can actually use it like an air fryer if you want outside as well, but I have no purpose of doing that.
So how often do you make
it's fun.
pizza?
Quite often in the summer, as soon as it starts to get warm, yeah.
And what flavour did you go for?
Just a margarita,
Nice.
yeah. Nice sourdough one as well.
Do you know what? I think margarita is becoming a thing. Most time when I say what flavour do you have to people, it's usually margarita.
It's just nice and simple. You can't go
Yeah.
wrong. And it can't fail.
Yes.
Exactly.
And you can't overdo it.
Nope.
Or sometimes I find if you put too many toppings, it gets a bit wet.
It does.
Well.
It does. This is true.
Right, you are here to talk about your new book, The Ramadan Kitchen. Before we move on to that, I'd love to know what food was like for you growing up first. So what was it like? What was the kitchen like?
So my mum was always in the kitchen.
Okay,
Not
nice.
always, but
She was allowed out.
What I mean is she was the one who was always cooking.
Yeah.
And she was always experimenting. She absolutely loved the idea of trying new things, keeping things traditional, but giving it a twist just so we want to eat everything that was ever on the table. And none of us, there's 6 of us, and none of us are actually fussy.
6, so you've got 5 siblings?
Yeah, so I've got 4 sisters and 1 brother. And none of us, other than having 1 or 2 random things that we don't like, none of us are actually fussy. And I think that method really worked. And I'm doing the exact same method with my daughter now, and it's working.
Just mixing stuff up.
Just mixing things up, experimenting. Don't try to touch. My mom never hid food. She never blended things for us. I'm doing the exact same thing.
Like the hidden fruit and veg.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And if we didn't like something, she'd stop, but then try again 2-3 months.
They do say something is it 21 times? It used to be try it 5 times,
exactly.
But now I think they're saying it can be over 20 times.
Oh, I haven't heard that.
Well, I don't know how
I
you
wouldn't
get
want to try something 21 times if I didn't like it. But I'm doing the exact same thing with my daughter, and it's working.
I think it's interesting, that hidden foods thing, because I'd be just blend it all up. And one of my brothers, 16 years younger than me.
Okay.
And so I would obviously was involved sometimes feeding him,
sure,
because I was still at home, and we would coat everything in yogurt. So if it's we won't eat this vegetable, it's okay, just mix it in the yogurt and feed him. And it worked too, but probably not great for later on in life, is it?
Is he fussy now?
He's all right, actually.
Okay.
How old is he now? 23, and
so it worked, I guess.
Yeah, so it kind of worked. He's not fussy.
Yeah.
I mean, he does love junk food. But
my sister being scared of hot water bottles, and we used to put it over our little Nintendo 64, so she wouldn't come and touch it.
Play it.
Because she'd always want to come and take the game out.
Oh.
So we'd put an empty hot water bottle on top, and
I love
she
that.
never came to it.
What was it? Because it was hot. She was scared of it.
Yeah, she was just scared of it. So even if it was empty,
her.
she just associated it with fear.
And actually thinking about what your mum did with the cooking a bit of everything, I think that's what I love about your book, is that it's actually, I think for people that might not find or might not think that Ramadan was accessible to them, the food in the book is very it's a mixture of everything, isn't it? There's pasta, there's I don't know if there's pizza, but is there a burger in there, I think?
There's mini burgers.
Mini
sliders, which is awesome. But yeah, the book is literally made for everyone.
Yeah, I think
so.
That's
It's
great.
not made just for people who are observing and celebrating Ramadan. It's for everybody. And a couple of weeks ago, I had a food cookbook club in Hawaii.
Ooh.
Yeah, and they made so many recipes from the book. And I'd asked them, do any of you observe Ramadan or are Muslim? And they said, no one.
Incredible.
Yeah, which is awesome.
I guess it's a nice way to be able to sort of educate people about Ramadan as well.
Exactly.
And sort of cook recipes that, I guess, to show that you can, it doesn't have to necessarily be authentic, in inverted commas, food. It can be stuff that's authentic to how you cook every day.
Yeah, exactly. And I think a lot of people associate Ramadan food to a specific thing, but it really isn't. If somebody who's British suddenly becomes a Muslim and starts observing Ramadan, his or her food that she's all her life becomes her Ramadan meals.
Interesting.
So Ramadan across the world has so many different meals.
And so what is Ramadan?
It's a month in the Islamic calendar that we fast for 30 days from dawn till sunset, and we base it on the moon.
Okay.
The moon cycle.
So you can eat when the sun's down until the sun comes up?
No. So, yeah, you can eat from when the sun's down until the sun comes up.
Until it comes up.
Exactly.
And then can you eat whatever you want?
Yeah, anything.
But are there certain foods you're not allowed to eat during that time?
No.
Or not? No.
You can literally eat whatever you want to eat.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's actually kind of, I guess the difficult thing is you've got to go that whole extended period of time without
exactly.
food.
And it's getting easier now because the lunar cycle shifts.
Okay.
Which means Ramadan's constantly shifting by like 2 weeks, I think it is. So now we're in winter and the hours observed are a lot shorter. I remember in the summertime, you're observing it from, I don't know, like 3 a.m. until about 9:30 p.m., which was hard.
I remember when I used to teach that there would be a couple of students who were Muslim in one of the classes I had, and they did look exhausted because it was the summertime when they couldn't eat, and they've had to get up early to eat because the sun
it's really difficult because it's such a short amount of time that you are using that time to eat, to sort yourself out, go off to the mosque to do the prayers, which are quite long as well, and then by the time you get home you only get a small amount of sleep before you have to wake up again and eat your pre-dawn meal.
And so what's the purpose of it?
Sorry?
What's the purpose of, like, is it it's obviously a religious sort of ceremony.
It's a form of worship. It's also a time to reset and really hone in on the idea of what it means to have food, to have luxuries in life. There's loads of different things in life that you have food on the table every single day, right?
Yeah.
But you take it for granted. You don't think to yourself, there are people in the world that don't have food. And it really makes you reflect on that. Especially when you've been fasting for the whole day. As soon as you take a few bites, you realize that you're actually full. Wow. And we're always indulging in food, aren't we?
Yeah, it's true. I think it's interesting, isn't it? Sometimes when you're fasting for that long, it's different to when you're just sort of extending. I don't know, like if I don't eat breakfast and so I get super hungry at lunchtime, but then if you extend that even further, your body kind of starts processing differently, I guess.
Exactly. Then when you finally do eat and you think you're ravenous, you realise I can't actually eat everything that I wanted to eat. I only want to eat a small amount.
And then is Ramadan like bookended by Eid?
Yes.
Is that,
yes.
Because there's two Eid.
There's two Eids.
Two Eids.
So there's one at the end of Ramadan and there's the one at the end of Hajj.
Okay.
So it'll be in a couple of months' time.
And the one at the end of Ramadan is called
Eid al-Fitr.
Eid al-Fitr.
Yeah.
And so do you have like a sort of feast then?
Yeah, so it's a celebration. So it's festivities essentially.
Nice.
And we have big feasts. We go and see family. We get gifts. Think of almost like Christmas.
Okay.
Like that.
What will you be getting this year?
Sorry?
What will you be getting this year?
Well, I just got it. So I got a few gift cards, which was nice.
Oh,
yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Interesting. If it's like Christmas, but you're celebrating the feast, the fasting cycle, being over, as opposed to kind of, Christmas is obviously about a person.
Yes, no, this is to celebrate the end of the 30 days that we've been fasting.
Because I feel like Ramadan is becoming something that's more integrated into like everyday life for lots, you hear about it more, which is great, but I kind of feel like you hear about it, but not what it is. Do you know what I mean? Like, we don't often get told what it's about. So I think it's really interesting to kind of see it through the eyes of food in a way, because everybody eats, right?
Yeah, this is true. But it's also important to realize that it's not just about food as well. I know a lot of people associate Ramadan to just food because we're not eating for the whole day and then we're eating at the end of the day. But it's also a time of reflection and a time of worship. Even the act of cooking for your family is a form of worship. Yeah.
Do you remember it when you were a kid? Do you remember it being more difficult?
No, I don't remember the fasting of when I was a child for some weird reason. Not wasn't a child, but in my teens. I remember the meals that my mum would set up for us. I remember that aspect of it. But I think it got harder when you get older and then you're working and then you've got a family and you've got
more drains on your time as well, like tiredness.
Exactly.
Because I can almost imagine, I don't know, because it's connected to the sun. I can almost like imagine as like kids, you'd be like looking out the window, like it's coming down. Let's eat.
It's literally almost when the street lights come on.
Is it really? Yeah, because of course they're connected to the sun. Yeah,
exactly.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
So, and also the sort of thing that I wanted to think about was, like it's obviously where it's a time where food and faith are like really deeply intertwined. Is that something that you would say is in general in like Islamic culture, where like food and faith are very...
There are certain foods that are entwined into culture. Certain things I can think of is like black seed, nigella seeds.
Sure.
Or honey, or garlic.
Yeah.
But it's not food per se. It would be like, there's loads of different ingredients, I'd say, that are.
And I think the other thing as well around the thing I wanted to mention was that your heritage is Somali.
Yes.
And with with the Muslim religion, it's so wide. It's not like it covers so many different countries and cultures. So I guess again with like the Ramadan Kitchen, not only with your book, you've kind of used, I would say, kind of some westernized dishes in there, and you like sort of your twist and spin on that. But also it's not even just your heritage, is it? It's like the heritage of so many different people, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and there's a lot of crossover. So for me, if there's one dish that represents Ramadan for me, for example, would be samosa, for example. And that's shared across so many different cultures who'll say the same thing. North Africans will say that.
Yeah.
West Africans will say that. Middle Easterns will say that. Indians will say that. Pakistanis will say that.
But they'll all be different twists on that
there'll
dish?
be different versions. Yeah. Somali samosas are the best.
So what do you put in yours?
It's actually quite simple. So we've got this homemade dough, which is fantastic. It's really simple. And then all it is just a bit of chili, beef, onion, coriander, and a bit of salt and cumin. That's
Very
it.
nice.
Bit
And
of
do you
lemon
have
at the end.
like a dip with it, or do you just have it?
You can have it with spices. We've got like
Nice.
Somali spicy chutneys.
Yeah.
So there's like a tomato garlicky
That sounds
date
good.
one, which is quite spicy.
But the date, I guess, is quite sweet, isn't it?
Yeah,
So that
exactly. It
helps.
kind of cuts out the spiciness a little bit. There's a coconut chili one as well, which is delicious. Yeah.
I'm obsessed with coconut.
But what you really do is there's another thing called bur, which is almost like a beignet, but it's hollow.
Okay.
And you put you take a bite and you put the samosa inside that.
Ah.
Yeah. Like a little envelope and you eat it.
So is that like a pastry?
It's like, think of like a beignet, like a donut.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So like donut type of dough.
Yeah.
Slightly different, and it's seasoned with cardamom, for example.
So I love that you're putting deep fried pastry into like a deep fried
yeah.
bread.
Yeah. It's fantastic.
With the filling
Yeah.
and then the chutneys as well.
You don't even have to have the chutneys.
Okay.
You can just put the samosa inside this beignet style donut.
I love that.
You put it inside and you eat it. It's delicious.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
How would you kind of explain Somali food?
It's simple food, and we use very simple ingredients, but it's really flavoursome.
Okay.
So we have common spices such as coriander, cumin, garlic that will be used in so many dishes. We don't have tons and tons of spices that we'll add in.
Okay.
They make like the base of our spices, which like a spice mix, which is called hawash. And then we've got loads of curries and stews, different breads that we often eat with the stews as well. And then there's a bit, if you're from the south, you've got a bit of heritage from Italian heritage, because they colonized Somalia. So you have things like tiramisu, lasagna, pasta, which is nice.
And do you find that people like put a twist on that with the kind of flavors they do, or is it quite traditional?
No, we just keep it traditional. Yeah, we just keep it traditional.
That's really, and I guess then, so in a way, actually, for you doing the book where you have kind of like, you've got lots of different dishes, that's kind of normal, because the heritage does have so many different kind of influences. And
I think it's nice to mix up cultures as well.
Yeah, because I think for a time, everyone was too scared to do it. Like I think years ago, it was like fusion food was so common.
Sure.
And then we went through a time of like, no, you can't do anything unless it's authentic, or it kind of felt like that. Whereas now I think it's coming back to like, it's okay to, as long as you're not pretending this is the real thing, it's fine to kind of
100%.
play with it.
Yeah, and I say it all the time, just have a go at different cuisines, even if it's not authentic or perfect. It doesn't matter, because you're trying it. Like if you want to try an Indian curry, it doesn't matter if it doesn't taste like the exact Indian curry that you get from an Indian shop.
And you won't know anyway, really, unless you've been there.
Yeah, exactly.
You wouldn't know.
It's just the whole purpose of trying.
Yeah, exactly. And I think having kind of playing with those flavours.
Exactly.
Is there anything that you kind of have tried or like tried to play around with when you were doing your book that just didn't work?
No, but there was one recipe that drove me absolutely crazy. And it's called honeycomb bread, which is this really soft brioche type bread. And they're really, really tiny. And when you put them into the dish, looks like honeycomb, and they're stuffed with cheese inside, soft cheese inside, and then you drizzle like a syrup and condensed milk. It's absolutely delicious.
That sounds
good.
It's
delicious. But I couldn't get that dough right.
Oh.
I know. But then when I finally got it right, I was like, this is fantastic.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
I think baking is so hard, and like when you're trying to write recipes for breads and cakes, because also like everyone's oven's different, and the humidity and all sorts of stuff. I think it's hard to kind of, it's the most frustrating thing to write.
Do you know what? Now that, because you've said that, on my socials, I've become obsessed with simplifying dough and bread, because a lot of people find bread really frustrating. But I think there are so many hacks. Like right now, I've got a video that's doing really well, and it's called No Knead, No Touch Bread. And you can literally make these crusty artisan style bread rolls without even touching it with your hands.
Wow.
Yeah, no kneading, no touching.
Nothing. You have to mix it together.
Mix it with a spoon.
Yeah.
So you're touching it with a spoon, but your hands don't physically touch it.
Some people are funny
point.
about that, aren't they? They don't like how mucky it makes you. Which I guess,
it is quite therapeutic, but it is quite messy at the same time.
Yeah, my friend wrote a book called Bread Therapy, and that was like all about kind of like mindful cooking of bread and how it can help your mental health.
Oh, I can believe that. 100%.
Which I think, but at the same time, you've got to have the time and the energy to kind of spend doing that, don't you?
This is true.
I was going back to the book, like when you're sort of mentioned about books, the recipe that you found tricky, is there a recipe in there that kind of means more to you than any other? Was there something that you always knew would have to go in?
Yeah, it was my Somali rice.
Nice.
Yeah, Somali rice is absolutely delicious. I think it's the best rice out there.
Go on, tell us.
And it's a simplified version that my mom taught me that you can make in 15 minutes.
Okay.
And it's my most popular recipe on all of my socials. And it's the one that if people stop me in the streets, they'll be like, you've taught me how to make Somali rice. It doesn't matter where they're from, they're like, you've taught me how to make Somali rice. And it's so incredibly simple that you're parboiling, and you don't have to know. I thought people find cooking rice like quite difficult, I think. And it skips that, because you're cooking the rice, you're parboiling it like pasta. And then you drain it, and then you're frying some onions, taking the fried onions off, and then creating like a small stew, putting that parboiled rice on top, the fried onions on top with some raisins, and you just leave it to steam for about 8 minutes, and you've got this perfect fluffy rice.
And so that just cooks in like the moisture that's left over in the rice. You don't have to add anything.
No.
Great.
Yeah.
That rice can be really tricky. And like when I first used to cook, and to be fair, I've even done it like more recently, and just can't be bothered to rinse the rice. Yeah. But then you kind of, you just get it all kind of sticky, and it's all. Do you know what?
I've got a friend that refuses to wash her rice because she says that it's more fluffy when she doesn't wash the rice.
Oh, mine always goes like
Which
clumpy.
rice are you using?
That would be with probably basmati, I would say, or long grain maybe.
Oh, long grain, I can see it happening.
Yeah, maybe it was long grain when I last did it.
I can see that happening.
Because a lot of the time with basmati, you might cook it in the liquid anyway, right, and leave it to kind of steam as well. Yes. I think it's, for me, it's that trying to make sure you've got exactly the right liquid to rice.
Just cook it like pasta. Yeah, that's what I say.
That's really interesting. So
because if you cook it like pasta, you just drain off the water.
Yeah, just drain the water.
Rinse it off in some cold water so it stops cooking, and you've literally got perfect fluffy rice.
Do you wash your rice?
I wash my rice.
Yeah. I feel like you kind of have to now.
Would you? Online.
Yeah, like you've got to wash it.
To wash it, you have to.
You've got to wash your rice. Just feels. I think there's something around water wastage for me.
Do you know what you can do is put your rice in a bowl that you're going to wash it with and open your tap just like a small stream and let it just fill up, and that small stream will just end up clearing that water. And I find you use less than when it's on full power.
Yeah, because I've seen some people do it where they like fill the bowl with water, swill it round, drain it, do the same.
Do it again, a couple of times too.
I wonder if you can put that water on the plants maybe or something.
Oh, you can. People use it on their hair as well.
Do they?
Yeah, they wash their hair with it.
Oh yeah, someone else told me about that actually. Won't really help me very much, but I did hear someone say that they keep their rice water
there for the hair.
Yeah, and it's incredible. Apparently.
Yeah, my sister was doing it at one point, and she found it fantastic.
Oh, I can't remember who told me now. Their daughter did it and was like, "Can you keep that for me? Don't chuck it away." I have to try and remember who that was. Well, actually, I was going to ask about. So there's 2 meals that bookend the fasting day. Is that right? Is it iftar and suhoor?
So suhoor is the first one.
Yeah.
That you wake up before the sun rises to eat, and then there's iftar, which is what you break your fast with.
And are they different in their, like, do you normally have different kinds of food?
Exactly, yes. It's just the same concept as breakfast and dinner.
Okay.
Yeah, so breakfast is trying to fool you for the rest of the day, right?
Yes.
So you're going to eat those exact same style meals for suhoor. So porridge, or like a barley style porridge, eggs, wraps, things like this.
So you're trying to fill yourself with stuff that you know will sustain you for period of time.
Full of fibre, full of protein, loads of water as well. And then your iftar is, like I said, anything you want to eat.
Okay.
But you do actually have to break your fast with a date or water.
Oh.
Yeah. And dates are actually a really good thing to break your fast with because they are high in fibre and they don't spike up your sugar levels.
Oh, because they are like one of the most foods that contain the most sugar, aren't they?
They are,
but they don't spike it.
They don't spike your glucose.
Okay.
Yeah, so they are actually really healthy.
So you're saying you have to break your fast with a date or water? Or water. Yeah. So do you usually go for the date?
I go for a date and then I just drink water because I haven't had water all day.
Of course, because you can't even have water.
You can't even have water.
Wow.
Yeah.
So in those hot days, that must be really.
It's really difficult.
Really difficult.
Yeah.
Is there something that you're always kind of like you keep around because you crave it in the evenings?
Do you know what? You crave so many things, and then by the time you want to break your fast, you have no desire for those cravings. No. You might come back to them as like a late snack, but it's usually desserts. You're craving desserts.
The sugar,
yeah. And then once you break your fast, you don't want.
I guess once you've had the date, you've kind of had that sugar kick anyway.
And then there's always sweet things to start the iftar with anyways.
Right.
For us, we have like some crepes. We have something called couscous, which is like mini fried donut balls dipped in syrup.
Oh, nice.
So you have some sweet things.
Yeah.
Samosas, soup.
And would you, that breaking the fast is a daily thing?
Every day.
Every day?
Every day.
But the end of breaking the fast is a bigger kind of celebration.
Yeah, so it's a whole different day.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if there was 29 days of fasting, it's the 30th day. That's
once
Eid.
the sun's gone down.
No.
Okay.
So let's say the fast was 29 days. On that 29th day, when the sun went down, that's it, it's over.
Okay.
So the next day you wake up and you eat like normal.
Yeah.
And it's Eid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. I guess you probably then as well, you don't eat as much, right? Because you've just fasted for...
No, you go back to normal pretty quickly.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
And everyone goes straight for coffee. It's crazy. Yeah. A lot of people wean themselves off coffee as well for a week. It's quite funny. Yeah. I don't. I'm fine with it. But a lot of people I know will wean themselves for a whole week.
Really?
Trying to... Yeah, it's the headaches.
Yeah, absolutely. Wow. I'm going to move on to the next section, which is favourite dish.
Okay.
So do you have an all-time favourite dish?
I do. It's something called sor and suga. Suga just means sauce.
Okay.
But it's a stew version of it that I want. And it's got lamb, like really soft falling off the bone lamb in a rich tomato stew with carrots and potatoes. It's really delicious. And sor, the closest thing I can think of is like grits or what's it called? Ugali. It's almost like a really thick porridge.
Okay.
But it's not porridge, it's made out of semolina.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't like it, but it would be like my death row meal.
Would it? Because semolina, the texture's can be quite sort of granular, I guess.
Yeah, but it's really smooth, and
Yeah.
my mum will usually cook it in coconut milk rather than just water.
Yeah, lovely.
So it's like stock and coconut milk. And my little sister hated it, so I hardly ever had it because, you know, the youngest is the favourite, isn't it?
Oh, well, yeah. Or the dog.
Yeah.
It's when the dog comes, then the kids are all gone.
Exactly. So that would be my all-time favourite. But a lot of people don't like
semolina,
it.
Actually.
Yeah.
I used to have it at school, but for pudding. So you'd have semolina, they'd boil it in milk or whatever, I guess.
Okay.
It was hot, it was warm, and then you'd have like a little bit of jam in it.
So think of it just like that.
Yeah.
And was it almost like a thick jelly type
Yeah,
thing?
thick.
Yeah.
Once it starts to cool down, it's almost like a sort of
Too thick.
custardy
Yes,
bit.
it's exactly like that. But
Love
cooked in
that.
coconut milk and stock.
And then you have that with the...
And then you almost like plate it up and create like a little dip in the middle and put the stew inside. Yeah.
And actually, that's quite similar to polenta. You were saying about the Italian...
Yeah, that's another one it's very close to polenta as well. Yeah.
Wow. So is there quite a lot of spice and things with that in the lamb?
In the lamb there is. Yeah. There'll be cumin, coriander, garlic.
Nice.
Oh, it's delicious.
Is that in your book?
The stew is in my book, yeah. Oh, and the sword is in my book, yeah. But the sword is matched with oxtail stew.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
But you can
it's
mix
nice.
and match.
Yeah, you can mix and match.
Lovely. Right, we're going to move on to culinary confessions.
Okay.
I think you actually may have mentioned this already,
Go
but
on.
what is the one dish that you make better than anyone else?
No, I haven't actually.
No? I thought you said just something you made.
I make something called upside down chicken rice.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's a Somali rice I was thinking you were going to say.
Oh, okay. No. My mum and my sister make it even better than me. It's something called, we call it upside down chicken rice, and my mum, it's like a spin-off of makluba. Have you heard of that? It's like an upside down rice.
The like upside down rice cake. Do you
Almost.
cook that?
No, it's not like a cake. It's like vegetables, meat, rice, and then you see them flipping it over like that. Exactly.
Yes. Yeah.
But this was like a random one that my mum made up.
Okay.
And it was, you fry chicken at the bottom, and then you add all this raw vegetables on top, which is usually peppers, carrots, potato, and onion and garlic.
Nice.
And then put like a parboiled rice, but only cooked about 30%.
Okay.
On top, and you leave it just to cook for about an hour. Yeah, and then you flip it upside down. It's delicious,
nice.
Yeah. And the chicken becomes crispy but really soft from the steam.
And then all that flavour when you tip it up goes into the rice,
exactly.
I guess.
Yeah, it's
wow,
fantastic.
That sounds great.
Yeah, it's delicious.
What is your biggest cooking disaster?
I had friends over and we were having a barbecue, and I put all the meat in the grill, and I kind of got busy with things that were unnecessary, like cleaning the toilet and sorting out my bedroom. Like, no one's going to go in my bedroom. And I completely forgot about the meat.
Oh, dear.
Completely. But we had loads of sides and breads.
Yeah.
And then someone went out and got rotisserie chicken, so that kind of just saved us.
Oh, they saved it.
They
but
saved
still,
it.
it's like the waste, isn't it?
So, it was so much waste. Yeah, it was horrible.
It's like charcoal.
It was charcoal.
Yeah.
It was absolute charcoal.
Have you ever served something ready-made and pretended you made it yourself?
I haven't. No.
If your personality were a flavour of ice cream, what would it be and why?
Cardamom with a bit of honey, maybe like a little ripple of some burnt caramel.
Oh,
Cardamom
nice.
because it's like an ode to my culture.
Yeah.
We use cardamom heavily. The honey because I think there's softness and generosity associated with it. And then the burnt caramel because I think it's a bit unexpected and I can be very blunt and I don't think people expect it sometimes.
It's not
like
because
very
of the burnt
straightforward. No.
It's interesting, cardamom, isn't it? I love how there's spices that kind of cut across different cultures, because obviously, like saying in Somali culture, it's really common, and then like I think in the Nordic cuisines as well. Like, I think,
it's really common.
The cardamom buns and I said bums then. Cardamom buns. Actually, I just think it's really interesting how sort of different cultures, even though they're not really anywhere near each other, kind of pick up on those different flavours. Yeah. And I guess you use it differently. Do you?
No, we use it the exact same.
Use it
but
we'll
add it to like buns and stuff and breads, but also in tea. We use it every single day in our tea.
Okay.
Yeah. Even if you're just making like an English tea, you'll throw in a few cardamom pods.
Oh, really? Yeah. Just like bash them and chuck them in?
But I don't even bash them. I'll just crack them with my hands and chuck them in.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool. Right, you're opening a themed restaurant based on your life. What's it called and what's the signature dish?
Called, maybe just my name, Ilhan's. And my signature dish would probably be morfa, which is a Somali flatbread.
Nice.
Similar to almost like an Iraqi flatbread. And I would cut it open and I'd put in some Somali steak, which is really like paper thin steak. Put that in with some vegetables, and then I'd make like a sauce with like Somali chili sauce with a bit of like mayonnaise or something.
Also, that's good because then you could start selling it in bottles.
Yeah, exactly. This is true.
Yeah. Enterprise. What is the one misconception people have about you that you'd like to change?
I think I've got such a straight face, and a lot of the time, and I think a lot of the time it's because my mind's doing 1,000 thoughts. Okay. So I'm just constantly like staring somewhere randomly. Yeah. So I think some people might think, oh, she's unapproachable or something, but it's the complete opposite. And once people get to know me, they find out that
there's warmth.
Yeah.
Like the honey.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm really calm and I'm actually really funny.
Oh, I think even if you do say so yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
It's hard, isn't it? There's so much going on as well, like in a day-to-day. Like I know what you mean. You zone out.
Yeah, you just zone out. Yeah. And I get messages sometimes, but a lot of people come and approach me, but I'll get messages sometimes like, oh, you're just zoned out, I don't want to approach you. I'm like, no, like please come to me. Like my mind is just elsewhere. Yeah.
Then what you're gonna have now is that everyone will start talking to you, and then you'll be like, okay, no, stop. Yeah. What is your food guilty pleasure?
Crisps.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Crisps.
What flavour?
Salt and vinegar, but it has to be the most sour salt and vinegar you can think of.
Those Co-op ones, do you like
They're
those?
The best.
Yes, the Chardonnay vinegar with salt.
No, but now Sainsbury's have got a really good one. Like I want it to burn.
Yeah. But sometimes tongue. Like, because when the Co-op first brought those out, they came in the huge bags. Okay. And like, once you sort of open them, you can't stop, but also you want to stop because they're so painful.
They're so painful.
But that's what's sort of enjoyable about them.
I know. My brother brought me one from Aldi a couple of weeks ago, and it did the same thing. Yeah,
Was it the same flavour?
It was no. This one was just salt and vinegar.
Yeah.
And you'd want to stop because your mouth was turning literally blue, white, but you just can't because it's so delicious.
Yeah, so addictive.
Yeah.
Right, we're going to do these quick fire questions. I'm going to start the timer.
Okay.
Then I'm going to say them.
Okay.
And you answer them.
Okay.
And then on the final question, I will say final question.
Okay.
Da-da-da.
Okay.
And then you answer.
Okay.
And then you turn it off.
I turn off.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Do you want me to move it a bit close?
And you just tap it?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Some people smack it aggressively because they're competitive. But I'd say anything under a minute is good.
Okay.
I think 43 seconds is the time to
Oh,
beat.
wow. Do I win anything?
No.
Oh,
so don't.
sad.
You should really, but I just am never organised. Okay. Best kitchen tip you've ever been given?
Don't give up.
If you could only eat one cuisine for the rest of your life, what would it be?
If not Somali, Japanese.
What ingredient is the biggest waste of money?
Things you have no plan for.
Worst thing you've ever eaten?
Nothing. I actually like everything.
Your signature can't be bothered meal?
Ramen.
Favourite midnight snack?
Crisps.
What food should have its own national holiday?
Bread of all sorts.
What is your go-to Ramadan dish?
Bur.
What food did you hate as a kid but now love?
Raisins in my rice.
If you could invent a new crisp flavour, what would it be?
Smoked salmon and cream cheese or jam and buttered toast. I've seen those cookies that have been going online. Yeah, so it'd be nice and crisps.
Name a fictional character you'd love to have dinner with.
Monica Geller.
And final question, starter, main or dessert?
Starter, because you try everything.
Oh, that's good. 49 seconds.
Oh, nice.
That is good. You explained that crisp flavour. I think you'd have won if you hadn't explained that crisp flavour.
Oh,
but
it's
the
okay.
jam and buttered
It's good,
toast.
huh? Yeah, I know.
I don't know if I've had many sweet crisps, actually. I feel like I might have once had a cream soda.
Crisp?
Yeah.
I think the sweetest I've had was tomato ketchup.
Yeah, they're pretty sweet, aren't they? But there's still a savoury...
There's still a savoury element to it.
But I guess they would with jam and toast as well.
Yeah, this is true.
Because you've got the toast.
Yeah.
Yeah. I suppose you could just put jam on a plate ready salted.
Ooh.
Then that would
be
like
nice.
Jam and toast.
That would be nice. Yeah.
Give it a go. Japanese cuisine,
Yeah, I love
maybe.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
What do you go to for Japanese food?
I get a prawn tempura rolls, which is delicious. I get miso soup and then some sort of noodles that's got udon, and I just absolutely love udon noodles.
Had that prawn katsu taco, but it was in sushi. Not the
Is it at
the
that
seaweed.
Tottenham Court Road place?
The arcade.
Yes,
it
that's
is in that, but it was the one in Battersea Power Station. I
Okay,
had
cool.
But
Yeah,
it's
it's delicious.
There, it is in there. Yeah,
that
so
one is
good.
so good.
And it's really good value as well.
It is good value for
because
money.
they're quite big.
Yes, they're
and
huge.
You get two.
Yeah.
Right, final question for today. Which is the term and not us as a brand.
Okay.
Which is, what does good food mean to you?
Something that brings people together.
Nice.
Something comforting, something that makes you feel at home no matter where you are.
Very nice. Thank you. And thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you
It's been
for
a
having
pleasure.
me.
I've learned a lot.
Good.
So thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thanks for listening to this Good Food podcast. If you'd like to listen to more of our podcasts, search Good Food wherever you listen to your podcasts. For more recipes and inspiration, go to goodfood.com or download our app.